Hey everyone, it's John Fontanilla here again to talk about your favorite topic by now, life insurance, because we are still in Life Insurance Awareness Month. It's September. So today, I don't know if I'm going to go on a rant, but this is something that has bothered me for years, and I'm going to just kind of call it fish fry and car wash funerals, okay? And I think this is why this is so important to understand insurance. You know, over the years, especially in the beginning of when I started, there were a few people that I would run into that just didn't want to talk about insurance. A couple of things, and I have to say, I noticed that it was a certain demographic. They either didn't believe in it, they didn't want to talk about it, they felt it was a morbid topic. But unfortunately, they failed to see that, you know what, I know this is morbid and you may not want to talk about this, but it's going to be so much worse, trust me, the aftermath of not putting the insurance in place. And so it's really sad because I see that people have a hard time getting over the fear or talking about death, but they're not thinking about the struggle and the hardship that's going to be, that's going to happen for the family that's left behind. And so, I get really upset when I'm driving around and I see people advertising for, a car wash. I remember one time I was driving with my family to San Diego and I saw this guy holding it was a poster board sign that said, "Please give money so we can bury our aunt." And I just thought to myself, what is going on here? Insurance can be so cheap. I mean, and I'll talk about that, the average cost for a funeral, and I'm not even talking about bells and whistles. I'm talking about average, like bare bones, like we can bury you, is between $7,000 to $10,000, and then people make jokes like, well, I'll just get cremated. And I'm like, no, trust me, people, cremation is not that much cheaper, okay? And so, you think about it, you don't have $6,000 to $10,000 laying around. That's why insurance is so important, because you can't even bury your loved one. And so it just upsets me when I see things like that, because really, the reality of raising that much money for a funeral in 7 days or a weekend, that's like, the way that I always look at it is like, why do you want to be doing that when you're mourning the loss of your loved one? And I've always been, in a position in the family where we're planning, the program, the prayers, how the service is going to be in the church. That is a hectic time, and you got family members flying in from everywhere. The last thing, honestly, on my mind would be doing some fundraising for a funeral. And so it just upsets me because I'm thinking all you needed to do was listen. All you needed to do was have an open mind. Have an open mind to having the discussion and stop looking at it as a morbid topic, because you're going to regret that you didn't have this in place. Now, I'm not talking about like if they were uninsurable and whatnot, but then if that's the case, you're gonna have to come up with a contingency plan, okay? But for those who are in a position to, especially if you're in good health and you're relatively young, and even if you're not, look into burial expense, final expense, all those different things, but don't leave your family behind and place that burden on them to have to raise the funds in order to bury you. Okay, it's just not the way to, it's just not the way to go about it. It's just like, that's not the way I imagine your family members wanting to have to deal with on top of planning, the loss. So just be aware of that, and please have an open mind to understanding why life insurance is so important, especially when it comes to final expense plans and burial expenses. All right. If you have any questions, make sure to DM me, like and comment below, and follow if you have anything else that you like to find out about. So again, thanks so much. Until next time, take care.